It is barbecue night here in my household tonight, and one of my kids' favorite barbecue sides is mashed potatoes, and at that, it is homemade mashed potatoes. So stay tuned because in this video, I am gonna be sharing with you my kids' absolutely favorite recipe for homemade mashed potatoes. All right, so for this recipe, we are going to be using a stick and a half of unsalted butter, 1 cup and a quarter of whole milk, some garlic, some salt, parsley, black pepper, and of course, we can't forget our russet potatoes. So for this recipe, we are going to be using about 4 pounds of russet potatoes. And so the first thing we're gonna start off by doing is just peeling these potatoes just like this. And you don't need to per se take off all of the skin. If you like, you know, your potatoes with some skin, that's totally okay to leave some skin on there. I personally like the skin on the potatoes, but in my family, for some reason, that does not fly. So I need to make sure I remove as much skin as I possibly can. I'm not gonna lie, I'm gonna leave a little bit of that skin in there because I just cannot resist it, but we'll be right back once we are done peeling all of these potatoes. So I am wrapping up the last potato here. I did leave quite a bit of skin on the potatoes just because I cannot resist it. But do me a favor, go ahead, put in the comments whether you like your mashed potatoes with skin or without skin. I personally like them with skin. Jeremiah likes them with skin. My son, my wife, my daughter say no, absolutely no skin. So 2 on 2, right? So we gotta meet somewhere in the middle, right? But we just now finished peeling up all of our potatoes. So we are going to go ahead and get this cleaned up and we will be right back. All right, so now that we got all of our potatoes peeled, again, this is about 4 pounds. What I did, I picked up a 5-pound bag of potatoes. I pulled out about 1 pound. I put 1 pound on the scale and said, okay, cool. What's left in there is 4 pounds. But this is the key to getting some consistent mashed potatoes, is going to make sure that when you cut them up, so we are going to cut the potatoes because it's gonna take a while for the potatoes to cook all the way through if it's whole. And then what ends up happening is that the potatoes end up overcooking on the outside, and then the inside, they're still raw, it's still hard. So the way we're gonna be able to get it so consistent is going to be to go ahead and cut it. And we're gonna cut it into about inch cubes here, just like this. And again, just consistency. They don't need to be perfect, but they do need to have some kind of consistency so that way they cook all the way through, because what will end up happening is you're gonna have some that just get overcooked and some that get undercooked. And then when you're biting, you know, your mashed potatoes and you're eating them, some parts are gonna be really soggy and some are gonna be really firm. So the trick to this is gonna be to try to just be as consistent as you possibly can when cutting them as far as the size goes. All right, so now that we got all of our potatoes diced up into inch cubes, we're gonna go ahead and we are gonna fill this up with cold water. And the reason why we're gonna fill it up with cold water is because if you boil the water ahead of time, you start dropping in your potatoes in there, they're gonna start cooking from the outside fairly quick, almost like it's a whole potato. And the outside's gonna get very, very mushy and the inside's gonna stay hard. And so the best way I found to cook this is gonna be just to fill this up with cold water, and then we'll go ahead and we'll start the boil once we get the cold water in here. So where does the garlic come in? The garlic comes in now. Normally I use about 3 to 4 cloves, but these were pretty big cloves of garlic. And so that's all we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead, we're gonna smash them, and we're just gonna throw them in here. Just like this. Smash them, throw them in here, and we are gonna go ahead and we are going to start our boil. We're gonna let this boil. And the funny thing is, I actually have my kids here. They're watching me film this video because, like I said, it is barbecue night here in my household, and so they're out of school right now, and so I just wanted to make a quick video since they love these mashed potatoes so much. I wanted to share that with you. And one of the questions Jeremiah asked me was, where did I learn about this potatoes and all this stuff? One, you know, from other people, but two, you know, just trial and error, you know, making mistakes. And so I just want to encourage you guys, man, if you make mistakes, it's okay to try new things while cooking, because that's how you're gonna figure things out. That's how you're gonna get better. That's how you're gonna find your unique way of cooking. This is just a baseline of how to cook. So go ahead, find your way of making it. And so what we're gonna do is we're gonna wait for this to come to a boil. All right, so now that our water and our potatoes have come to a boil, we're gonna give it about 10-15 minutes before they become fork tender. All right, so now that our butter is melted, our milk is nice and warm, we're gonna go ahead and we are gonna throw it in here, and we're just gonna do just a little bit at a time, just like this, and we are gonna stir it. So we wanna start off by stirring it and getting it all over, getting everything just kind of submerged just like this. We're gonna go ahead, we're gonna add the rest of it. Just like that. And before we smash it, we wanna go ahead and we wanna stir it up really good. Just like so. And so now that we got it nice and stirred, we're gonna go ahead, we're gonna add our salt. And again, all this is gonna be to taste, just like that. Add about 2 full pinches of salt, and then we are going to add our pepper, freshly crushed pepper. Now this is my favorite part, so I do, sometimes get a little bit, I go a little overboard with the pepper, but it's okay, just like that. And then we're gonna come in here and we are going to then mash it. So this is where our mashed potatoes start coming together. We start seeing the texture start to happen, just like this. We like ours a little glumpy, but we also like ours creamy, right? So we have somewhere in the middle, just like that, but we're just gonna go ahead and just smash them up, smash them up, smash them up. And again, this is gonna be to your preference. It's gonna be to the way you like it. If you like more texture, if you like to bite into those potatoes, then you won't smash it as much. But if you like it more creamy, then you'll go ahead and you'll give it some good time to, you'll give it quite a bit of smashing on there. And so this is starting to look really, really good. The consistency of where, we like it. And so now that we got the consistency, this is the consistency we like. Go ahead and we're just gonna go ahead and give it a nice stir, just like this. And then this is a great time to actually taste it and see if it needs a little more flavor. In my opinion, we're gonna go ahead and put some more salt. It's missing some salt. I'm gonna add about 2 more pinches of salt. I'm gonna add some more pepper, just like so. Then we'll go ahead and we'll give it just another stir, just like this. Get all the salt, get all the pepper nice and, evenly in there. We'll go ahead and we will give it another taste. All right, and that's where we want it, man. That is good. I'm gonna go ahead, I'm gonna throw this on a plate and we will be right back. Well, there you have it, folks, and you cannot have mashed potatoes without parsley. So we went ahead, we garnished it with parsley, and now we're gonna go ahead and we are gonna give it one final taste test. Yep, these mashed potatoes are fantastic. Kids, y'all wanna try it? Come on, come give it a try, Let me know how it is.
That's good.
What do you think, Scar?
It's good.
Yeah?
So if you like my dad's cooking as much as we do, well then put a like and subscribe and make sure to share with your family and your friends.
There you have it. You heard it. Like, subscribe, share this recipe, give it a try. We'll see you at the next video. Bye.
Bye. Me too. That was good. This is good.
Remember?
Yeah.